All right, what up, y'all? If you haven't watched my recent videos, I went to AEW Dynasty. It was my first time going to an AEW show. I was very adamant on wanting my first AEW show to be a pay-per-view because AEW historically is just amazing at pay-per-views, you know? And of course, with my luck, the first pay-per-view I go to tends to be, well, happens to come out to be one of the worst pay-per-views that they put on as far as the ending goes. This show started around 7. I got out of there, 1:30 maybe? As soon as the Bucks came out, I was done. I was pretty much out of my seat already and down the steps because at that point, there's no reason for me. Like, that was just waiting all night and into the next morning for the Young Bucks to help Jon Moxley retain the World Championship. That was... I can't remember the last time I felt that dejected at the end of a pay-per-view. Like, maybe when, like, Bray, God rest his soul, and Rollins, when their Hell in a Cell match ended. Maybe. And even then, that was more of, like, confusion, more of, like, straight out, like, okay, this is just disgusting, you feel me? And realistically, I was very young at that point. I was like, I guess I was like 16, 17 when that happened. I don't know. So, like, my wrestling brain at that point, I didn't jump straight to like you know what I'm saying? It was more like, what was that? You know what I'm saying? It was more of a confusion kind of thing. It didn't really grow into what it is now until I got older and was like, actually realized what it was. This was just like, there was no rhyme or reason for this at all. You know what I'm saying? And I was already irritated because this show was too damn long. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my... I might get a shirt that says that. You know what I'm saying? I hate when wrestling shows are too damn long. We don't need all of this wrestling. This week, think about it. We're getting Raw, NXT, Dynamite, TNA, SmackDown, WrestleMania, Hall of Fame, the WrestleMania. We're getting a whole bunch. This is WrestleMania season, so we're getting wrestling all week. There's not a show. There's not a day where we don't get wrestling. You feel me? And realistically, that's a great thing. You feel me? But with AEW, they tend to put on 1,500 matches in one night. And it's like, I know some people say, oh, how can wrestling fans complain about having wrestling at a wrestling show? We're not complaining about wrestling being at a wrestling show. It's the quantity of the wrestling at this wrestling show. Like, if you go to a restaurant, you're not going to be mad that they have food, but if they keep giving you food that you can't pay for and that you can't eat, eventually you're going to get mad. You're like, I can't eat all of this. I'm full. I can't pay for all this. I ain't got no money. I'm broke. I can't. After a while, you hit your limit. You know what I'm saying? I've never went to a WWE show or a show that had less than, I don't know, 1,000 matches on it and was like, oh, this is too much wrestling. I always feel like when you leave a pay-per-view, especially a pay-per-view, you should feel like, wow, I want some more. You feel me? Like, I feel like we could have gotten more than that. I'd rather my fans leave wanting more than my fans leave and saying, okay, I don't want any more. You feel me? Because if you want more, you can just tune into the next weekly show. If you say you don't want any more, you're not going to turn into Dynamite, Collision, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact is, AEW tends on to put all of these matches on these damn cards. And WrestleMania, they just dropped their runtime. It's like, oh, WrestleMania's going to be 18 hours with the pre-show. First of all, I saw people try to compare those two. One, you can't compare those because one, realistically, I don't know who the hell is sitting there watching that 3-hour pre-show. There's no matches. They're just talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who's watching that. I don't watch that pre-show until like 10 minutes before the show starts. You feel me? I'm not watching 3 hours of Booker T, Sarah Schreiber, and that bald dude, you know what I'm saying, talking about the matches, the same 12 matches. You know, no, I'm not watching that. So that doesn't matter. You feel me? Either way, when the first bell rings, Triple H going to go out there, are you ready? You know, there's going to be 6 or 7 matches. And think about it. This is WrestleMania. This is realistically the season finale for WWE. AEW puts on 10 to 15 matches every single pay-per-view. This isn't all in. They do this every single pay-per-view. Their shows run on for too damn long. And for the first time, I didn't have a chance to pause it or get up or like, obviously I could get up, but it's different when you're live at the show, And the show would have been so much better if you just cut the card in half. If you had 6 or 7 matches on the card, I wouldn't be as mad about the ending. I would be mad. But I feel like a lot of people, well, I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm not so much mad at the ending. I'm mad about the fact that you gave us that ending with how long we waited for a separate ending, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, the action of the Bucks helping Mox is idiotic. But when you add on to the fact that we waited all night for a grand finale of that makes it 10 times worse. You know what I'm saying? It makes it 10 times worse. Because people, bro, I'm going to tell you, I paid like $25 for my ticket. You know what I'm saying? Damn, refrigerator was beeping. I was up high, you know what I'm saying? I was up super duper high. I could touch the damn ceiling if I wanted to. I didn't really care, you know what I'm saying? Cheap tickets, AEW show, I don't care, you feel me? I paid $25 to see Kenny Omega, you feel me? But we were up there in my section. By the time I'll say Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole went out, you could look around and see about 20 people fast asleep. Fast asleep. I fell asleep during the Kenny Ricochet and Speedball match. You know how mad I am about that? That was one of the matches that I cared about. This is my first time seeing Kenny Omega live. That was my first time seeing Kenny Omega live, and I only saw half the match. Because the other half, I was watching the back of my eyelids. Because I was tired. Because I knew there were 7 matches after. To the point where Adam Cole won the TNT Championship from Daniel Garcia. There wasn't a pop. No one gave a damn. Shit, we were walking back to the car after the show was over, and I mentioned it, and people were like, "Oh, like oh, he did? What do you mean he did? You're in the arena." So hold on, wait. So y'all were asleep too? Did no one see this happen? And now I'm thinking, am I tripping? Did he win? We were in the same arena watching the same show, and there are people who had no idea certain things happened because they were so disassociated because they were tired, they were bored. I've never felt that way. I've only been to WWE shows and pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to a TNA one soon. I know TNA is going to knock it out the park because TNA is freaking amazing. You know, they just don't have the TV deal like they used to. Hopefully they will soon. But yeah, AEW is the one that just does this all the time. You know what I'm saying? This isn't like, oh, one pay-per-view a year, we're going to have all these matches. No, every show. And they've had a streak of really bad endings ever since Mox attacked Bryan with the plastic bag. That was the beginning of just a stretch of bad pay-per-view endings. You know? And if you can have a great show, a great pay-per-view, but if your ending is bad, the last thing that we see is bad, people aren't going to remember match 6, spot 4. All they're going to remember is, what was the last thing we saw? What was the world championship? How did the show end? And the show ended with one of the worst endings I've seen in wrestling history. And then I tend not to watch Dynamite at all. You know what I'm saying? I go and watch all these Dynamite reviews and watch some clips and stuff. Kenny Omega is talking about doo-doo, poopy. He sounds like he's rapping for Ice Spice. Like, what are we doing? The Bucks dropped the most Rikishi in the Rock ass explanation. I did it for The Rock. I did it for Hangman. What? The power of friendship? Oh, brother. Like, thing is, I'm not even the biggest Swerve guy. I'm not. I dislike that man for many different reasons. But I was hyped when he came out. One, because I thought, oh my God, we get to go home. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, it's time to go home now. No. Not only that, but I really thought he had a chance. You know? Now I have to wait until, I don't know, Darby comes back from climbing Mount Everest. He has to climb Mount Everest. Prepare for that. Get up there. Come back down. Recover. And then wrestle against John Bloody. I'm going to hit you with some nails, Moxley. You know what? Darby's player build does not. He can't go through all that stress. That is, you're doing you're putting your body through two life-altering events quickly, like in a small matter of time. Like, you're not even, huh? Wrestling after you climb Mount Everest is freaking crazy. And the way Darby wrestles, he gon' all I can do is pray for him. But the fact that Tony Khan is waiting for that instead of, this is why I know I've said on multiple different occasions that AEW is done and I'm done with AEW. This was like, I keep trying to give him a chance, bro. People keep telling me to enjoy our wrestling. I keep trying to believe that tired ass trope, but every time I try, Tony Khan fails me. And this is not me saying that Triple H is absolutely perfect, because he is not. But I'm never going to AEW pay-per-view again. Ever. I don't care. I don't care if it's in my backyard. I'm not going. I refuse. No. I don't care if it's free. I'm not going. I'm never going to get those 5-6 hours back. I've never felt like I've wanted to go home during a wrestling show. I'm always like, oh my gosh, I never want to leave. This is the greatest thing ever. I went to WrestleMania. As cold as I was for night 1 and night 2, I never wanted to leave. That was just, all my life I waited to go to one WrestleMania. I don't have to go to any more WrestleManias for like my entire life. I don't have to. I checked it off my list. I'm cool. I got to see Cody Rhodes finish the story. I got to see John Cena for the first time. I'm cool. Everything in my life is fine. You know what I'm saying? But to end off a night, my first time seeing my GOAT, Mercedes Moné, my first time seeing Kenny Omega, my first time seeing Adam Cole live, it's like that. My first time seeing Tony Storm. I love Tony Storm. Is the best part of AEW right now. The Hurt Syndicate. I love so many small. Hangman Adam Page. He's the reason why I watch AEW now. If I didn't see Hangman do a buckshot lariat, I would have never watched AEW. I saw him do a buckshot lariat. I said, who the hell is that? And I'm his fan forever. I've never seen the move like that before. And if he's going to do more of that, I'm locked in. I've been on cowboy shit for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Hangman is good with me forever. Hangman can do no wrong for me. I'm sorry. He's on my bulletproof AEW list. It's a very short list, but he's on it. He's number one. Him, Darby, Mercedes, Bob, Tony, Jeff when he was there, Matt, it's just, but Queen Aminata, Megan Bain, Kiara Hogan, Red Velvet, Jada Cargill when she was there, Jada Cargill now. It's just, I'm just disgusted with AEW right now. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, because I really was just rambling about how I felt, but this was just, I needed to explain myself more about my feelings about AEW currently. Leave in the comments down below how you feel about the state of the company right now. Thank y'all for watching or listening. Stay safe, drink water, praise God, love y'all, and I will see you in the next video, man.